for the Esanda Cup quarter-final match between Farrer of Tamworth and Alstonville. Farrer playing green and white shorts, running right to left. Alstonville in a grey and white spot, running left to right. Both sides come into this game with quite a deal of strength in their background, and we'll be particularly looking for strong forward play by both sides. Alstonville, with a number of representative players in their midst, will be looking to push this ball into the Farrer half as often as possible and forcing mistakes to mount some pressure. And one thing that teams are going to have to come to grips with is the speed of this surface. It's not exactly the slowest of artificial surfaces, and in fact any ball that's pushed away just a fraction too fast will easily roll towards the end line. So Robbie Hayden cleaning up a good bit of work in the back play there for Farrer. There's free hit, and it'll be a free hit back to Farrer. Robbie Hayden, good ball through, but trapped well by the Alstonville player, and unfortunately he's put it out over the sideline. And a good ball in by Lobsy there. Heading up towards the Farrer front line, but unfortunate mistakes see Alstonville back on the attack. Well, no, again, players inside and forming obstacles cause the ball to be given away. So James Haling now and Peter Taylor. Unfortunately, Alstonville have taken that ball off them. Oh, and he's tripped, and that'll be a free hit to Alstonville. A quick play on. Flicks through, but just unfortunate bounce there, and straight over the top of the stick of the Alstonville player. So it'll be Lobsy with the hit in. Good one to Peter Taylor, trapped well. He's flicked off, but unfortunately Alstonville all over him. Now it's Beattie, and Beattie will take this free hit. No, Peter Taylor's going to take it. He's looking for his support and fires back to Robbie Hayden. Farrer certainly having a bit of difficulty getting the ball over into Alstonville's half, and making definite ground is Alstonville. Farrer started this game with quite a deal of pace, perhaps needing to just settle things a little bit. They tried to rush things in the early stages, and that was unfortunate. No. So Chris Butler having received a warning, a blue card from the referee. James Haling fighting hard for that, but unable to take the ball. Robbie Hayden in there. They force the ball into the circle, and free hit just outside the circle to Alstonville. Big defensive effort called upon for Farrer here, and they've managed to get that ball away. I thought that could have been play on. Sylvester unable to get through Alstonville's front line, but this ball's gone off now. Robbie Hayden to bring it up the side, and it goes over the sideline. Alstonville putting that ball out. So it'll be Hayden to feed it in now, and it goes to Warburton. Now it's up to Butler. Butler feeds off nicely to Taylor, and Taylor's flying. He's got support up there, and unfortunately the ball just a little too quick and in front there. Peter Lyon able to swoop onto that one. Oh, good trap by James Haling. Feeds it off to Butler, but Butler loses it. Not able to maintain control of the ball here. That's McGregor. And unfortunately, in trying to be just a little too smart there, they've given the ball away to Alstonville again. It's relieved all the pressure, in fact, relieved the only pressure that has been so far mounted against Alstonville in this half. Sylvester fed that ball off straight to the Alstonville player, and they're still in there struggling for it. Hayling trying to grab the ball back but unable to do so. Alstonville on a break here, but it's 1-on-3, and he's unfortunately he just fed that ball just across the front of the goal. Trent Sutton had come out and cut his angle down, and unfortunately the winger for Alstonville, the right winger, unable to swoop onto the ball and feed it into the goal, and he was an open man if he'd been able to do that. We see Beattie fighting and scrabbling for it. Now they've fed the ball out to the winger. The winger's gone through. He's got men in the circle, and Farah with pressure taken off them with a relieving free hit just outside the circle. It'll be taken by Robbie Hayden. He sends that one up wide, and that'll be a Farah ball from the sideline. And it appears Matthew Lobsey is going to be taking this. He's got men calling for it in the centre, and he feeds across to Sylvester. Sylvester now feeds off, but Farah nowhere near it. Trent Sutton comes out, and a nice clearing kick by him sends it down beautifully to Peter Lai just inside the half. And unfortunately, he's been pinged. He was just on the line. And that was good clearing work there by Trent Sutton. Now Alstonville on the attack again, but there's too many defenders there, and an intentional penalty or intentional foul here, and so a short corner is being given to Alstonville. The short corner now taken, and the umpire not happy with that, wanting it taken again. Alstonville unable to trap it. Now they've trapped it, and that'll be another short corner, just feeding it into the feet of Farah. And this is the danger area of the ground. Farah so far have been very good in their defence, and good trap and goal scored. And so that we'll see Alstonville now leading 1-0 in this quarter-final. Back now, James Hayling with the ball now, taking it up and trying to work his way around the Alstonville player. There's an obstruction there, and Hayling comes off with it. Now to Peter Taylor, back to Hayling. Now he tries to feed through. I thought that was off his feet. Umpire disagrees, and he sends a nice clearing ball through here, but it's McGregor to clean up and send it out to the sideline. Peter Lai waiting for it nicely over there, and he starts to work the ball back into Alstonville's half. He sends a good ball through. Peter Taylor is a little bit slow to get onto that one. And so the ball now coming back, and the defender's sending that one, or sorry, the attacker's sending that one nicely around Beattie. And now Lobsey on a good move, but unable to control it on the end of his stick, and Warburton moved in and beautifully took that ball off in a tackle there and fed it to Butler. Butler sends it into the centre, and good clearing hit across the sideline by Alstonville. Unfortunately, Butler was sort of playing by memory and sent that ball into the circle, hoping there was another attacker there following through, but unable to find one. Alstonville now to send this ball in, and they pick up their winger now. Flick through. Hayden pats it down, and Hayden will send the ball back, but that one will go over the back line and come back for a 16 hit. Taylor trying to send the ball through and find Andrew Beattie, but unable to do so. But Farah come up with the hit just outside the circle, and it'll be Taylor to take it. Sends the ball across to Lobsy. Lobsy now lines up, he's got Beattie inside the circle, and that one will go out over the back line, and again return for Alstonville, 16 metres. And Alstonville obstructing on that occasion, even though he had control of the ball, is classified as obstructing as Peter Taylor was trying to come in and get that ball off him. Now Taylor, quick play on, has beautifully sent that through his feet, going around them, but just laid the ball off a little too far on that occasion. Now Alstonville will clean up with a nice clearing hit through, straight to their winger, and he's going, but Lobsy's onto it, and Lobsy swooped on that ball so fast, anyone would think he was a greyhound. You know, he sends this ball out, good clearing hit, but Alstonville have got it, and they start to take it back again. They've got players, the winger's onto it again, now it's Lobsy, and he goes around him. They've sent it up to their centres, working it inside the circle, and it'll be short corner off Lobsy's feet. Until we score a goal to cheer, but actually cheer while we're trying to defend, right? Get the players up, give them a bit of encouragement. And that was an excellent stop by Sutton on the glove, but unfortunately the ball had been lifted by Alstonville, and so consequently they weren't happy with the call, and they're questioning that. Umpire having a word with the big number 11 for Alstonville. This ball goes down now, Butler flicks it off his stick, goes high. Alstonville start to bring it back, and they send that one out over the back line. Sylvester to take this, no, it'll be McGregor to take the hit. He sends it into Sylvester now. Sylvester drives this one up. Butler flicks across. Alstonville have got it, and looking good with it too. But unfortunately feeds it off. Beattie takes it, he gives it off now to Butler. Butler couldn't control it, and Alstonville come back with it again. All the play so far, except for 2 moments, have been inside Farah's half, and Alstonville looking exceptionally strong. Farah defence being called on for a big effort here, and that ball will come back for a 16, having come off the stick of the Alstonville attacker. It's an Alstonville ball, and a bit of rain starting to come now. I see Peter Taylor going by himself. He works the ball down into the circle. Where's his support? There should be a short corner here. They played on, and unfortunately it's gone over the back line. It'll be a 16 hit for Alstonville. Hit on the 16. And they send it out to Warburton. Nice trap. He sends the ball on now to Butler. Butler trying to force his way through. He's got 2 Alstonville men there, and unfortunately Alstonville tripped him, and not too sure on this call is, but the umpire holding both hands up for a timeout with just under 20 minutes remaining in this first half. And Alstonville now start to bring the ball back again into Farah's territory. And there's been not much joy whatsoever for Farah in this half at all. And Trent Sutton, having brought that player down, unfortunately has given away a free hit just outside the circle. The crowd rather pleased with that tackle. I see Alstonville, number 11. He feeds off to number 9, feeds it back. But Sylvester, equal to the task, sends Butler away. He picks up Taylor on the inside. Taylor's got Warburton outside, lies looming on the far side. Taylor sends it up across, and unfortunately put it just into the side of the goal. Now, Lobsy sends it in, and that'll be a free hit to Farah coming off number 6's legs. Butler sends it straight across the goals. It comes out Alstonville now. Starting to work it away. Lai rather moves in and effects a tackle, sends the ball back to Alstonville for a free hit, however. And they start to bring the ball away again. You see Hailing with a clearing ball through to Taylor, but Taylor unable to trap the ball, is led off the hook by some poor work by Alstonville. And now Taylor back in control of the ball now, and he's starting to move it towards the circle yet again. Alstonville player went down in front of him. Now it's Hailing at the top of the circle. Still a free hit to Farah. It's Taylor to take this one. He sends to Butler. Butler drives it in, but Alstonville clear it out. Now it's Hayden, and Hayden able to stop that ball inside the Alstonville half, but Farah looking a little bit ragged at times, not the least of which there was a very poor pass there. Warburton didn't read the fact that Lobsy was coming through quickly, and so that ball was given off to Alstonville. I see Sylvester with a backhanded shot. Now it's Butler. Butler clears through to Taylor. Taylor with a good trap, but Alstonville clean up and start to bring the ball away again into Farah's half. Now it's Hailing. Hailing moves in, and he's got the ball off his foot, and so it'll be a free hit back to Alstonville. Flick through now. Beattie tried to control the ball, unable to. Alstonville with a man looming right in front, but Beattie able to stop that ball. And he sends it out over the sideline just in front of the Farah bench. Sending the ball down now, it's Hayden. Hayden cleaning up. Alstonville now on the attack again. Sending it through, it's Beattie, he's the defender. Ball comes across, trapped nicely there by Hailing, and sent out over the back line. It'll be a long corner to Alstonville. Or, no, it's going to be a free hit just outside the circle. Ball straight across the face of the goal, and the Alstonville player on the other side unable to get his stick onto it sufficiently to put it in the goal, and we'll see Farah now with a 16 metre. Either the umbrella's working or it's stopped raining. Yeah, I don't think it's going to stop for long though. And weather conditions, as you hear, not the best here. It's a fairly bleak spring day to welcome the new season. Wattle day, but there's not much sign of any gold out there. At the moment it's all grey. And the Alstonville winger unable to get onto that ball as it went out over the back line. Sylvester drives the ball hard up the sideline, and Alstonville put it out over the edge. And now McGregor sending the ball onto Taylor, working a nice little move there. Taylor unable to get through, but obstruction again. McGregor and Taylor link up again. Taylor starting to feed the ball through, but Alstonville take it off him. And they start to come away, but again a little flick in front of the winger, unable to control the ball. So McGregor with a side hit. Sends it across nicely to Hailing. But Hailing got his foot in the way. It'll be a free hit just inside Alstonville's half. Alstonville sending his ball through, and they put the inner through beautifully on a run. He backhands his ball out over the back line. Nice tackling there by Trent Sutton to block him completely from the shot. Hailing and Butler working together nicely. Butler now feeds off to Lobsy. Lobsy taking them on himself, unable to control it. Alstonville, nice tackle. And they start to send it up into clear territory. Trent Sutton comes out, nice clearing kick, sends it straight back to the Alstonville attackers. And that'll be a short corner. In this half has come from a short corner. Alstonville have had 3, this is their 4th. They set the ball, send it to the top of the circle, nice trap. Driven ball, well blocked by Trent Sutton, but unfortunately on the rebound, Alstonville player coming through was able to drive that ball back into the goal, and so the score now stands at 2-0 in favour of Alstonville. Farah now bringing the ball away, send a high ball through. I thought that may have been a free hit to to Farah, but no, Alstonville controlling the ball nicely and Farah sending it out over the sideline to try and regroup their defence. Alstonville drive this ball through. It's a long ball, straight over the back line. Peter Taylor with a nice trap. Now he takes the ball on, he feeds it through, follows it up, and he's still onto the ball and he's still going. He feeds off to Warburton, and it'll be an obstruction by Alstonville with a free hit to Farah. You pick up here at the Tamworth ground as Taylor tries to flick that ball across. He gets it off to Butler. Butler's in the circle. Butler's going for the line, but unfortunately the ball goes out over the side, out over the back line, and it'll be a short corner to Farah. It's their first short corner of the match so far. Butler sends it in, trapped by Hayden, driven by Hailing. Now it's Butler, and Butler sends the ball in, and now it's 2-1 in favour of Alstonville. And Farah coming back. That was a nice move worked inside the circle by Farah. And they show that when they do get control of the ball and they get a bit of an effort in there, they are able to do something with it. Restart. Crowd now brought to life. Alstonville put this ball out over the line. The winger unable to control the ball. Matt Lobsey with a clearing hit, but sends it straight off to Alstonville, and they're on the attack again. But that'll be a free hit once more to Farah. Hayden sends the ball away nicely down the line, goes to Peter Lai, but Peter Lai unable to control it, but manages with the obstruction to get the free hit. And Peter Taylor will take this free hit just inside Farah's half. Sends a high ball through. Peter Lai running through onto it. Now he's got it. He controls it. He's inside the circle. He feeds off. And free hit to Alstonville. They're looking good. Butler was swooping onto that. And it comes away McGregor. Unable to control it. To Alstonville with the free hit. Drive this ball in. Hayden cleaning up, but in lifting the ball gives a free hit back to Alstonville. Now the referee calling out, or calling them play back inside. Again a free hit. Alstonville drive this ball hard across. Sylvester's feet. Free hit again to Alstonville. The winger's got it. Lobsey's got it. No, he's taken it away. Taylor moving the ball up nicely. The referee was playing, or the umpire rather, was playing advantage there. It was off an Alstonville foot and allowed that to travel on for a while. Now Lobsey. Lobsey drives the ball through. Looking to pick up Warburton, and he does so. Alstonville puts the ball out over the sideline. Warburton moves up. Lobsey moves in to take the hit. He's looking for his players. Haling's moving around. A few players in the back here. Lobsey drives the ball in straight to an Alstonville stick. Manages to follow up there. Warburton. It's good effort, but unable to get onto it. And we see Alstonville moving away, but that sticks against Alstonville. And Robbie Hayden will take the free hit for Farah. Sends it nicely up. Haling with a nice flick off, almost to Peter Lai, but now Peter Taylor's come in. Taylor moving up the sideline. He's got men looming inside the circle. He sends the ball straight across, just outside the reach of Warburton, and out over the back line. Nice trap by Beattie. Alstonville swooping now, sweeping down. That'll be free hit off Hayden's feet. And actually Beattie now being given a green card. Alright, good call by the umpire. Ball goes through, Hayden feeds it off. Oh, this could be dangerous. And again, a nice tackle by Sutton. Cut off the angle completely for Alstonville, and we'll see a 16-metre resumption. Alstonville, some good defence are now starting to move the ball back into attack, but unfortunately lose control of that. Hayden drives the ball up, picks up Butler. Butler sends it up the sideline looking for Taylor, but it goes out over the sideline. Hailing with a good trap, feeds off. Now it's Butler. Butler sends across to Taylor. Taylor's going through them, and he'll pick up a free hit there. Players not being sufficiently back for him. Taylor will take this ball back now to the 22 to Hailing. Hailing trying to work his way through, but nowhere for him to go, but able to get the free hit out of that. So it's Hailing to take this free hit. Sends the ball across the circle, lifted it, and gives the hit away to Alstonville. Alstonville on this occasion lifting the ball. So the ball will come all the way back for Peter Taylor to take a free hit. And he'll feed the ball off probably to Hailing and back again. And it's Taylor taking him on. Good defensive work by Alstonville. They start to bring the ball away. Just over 5 minutes remaining in this half. Still 2-1 Alstonville lead. They work the ball into the circle. Could be dangerous, but there's a short corner given to Alstonville on a very poor tackle, and there's a yellow card being given to McGregor, and so McGregor will come off the field. In soccer they call it a professional foul. In hockey they just give you a yellow card and say, cool off on the sideline, fella. So Alstonville now, another short corner, another good chance. They send it to the top of the circle. Oh, very poorly trapped there. Rolled off the back of his stick, and they give that one up now. The quick play on. Hayden gets it. Hayden trying to work his way away, and now it goes to Beattie. Beattie trying to work his way around. The Alstonville player was unable to do so. But Sylvester flicked the ball away, took a bit of pressure off. Now he's back onto it again, but unfortunately gives a free hit away to Alstonville, and they send this ball deep down into Farah's half. Another scrabbling sort of work out there. Hayden with a good tackle. They send the ball back across the top, trying to work it towards the circle. The free hit to Farah. He obstructed Peter Taylor on that occasion. He drives this ball up hard. Alstonville with a good trap, but he feeds it off, and Butler's got it. And Butler's moving in. Alstonville player just flicked the ball out of his way, and Butler's been pinged for an obstruction on this occasion. Hayden with the trap inside his half. He sends the ball back down, and that will go out over the back line. Well, on the very few occasions when Farah have worked the ball inside the Alstonville half so far, they've been looking strong, but at times have just overrun the ball slightly and unable to control it. Now it's Lobsy, and Lobsy sends a long, hard ball, and that one will go out over the sideline. Just a little bit pumped up. A few too many wheat bix for breakfast. Beattie now taking the ball off Alstonville, looking for his support. He starts to move back, sends it across to Butler. Butler back to Beattie. Beattie across now, Hailing. Hailing driving the ball into the circle. The goalie comes out. It's the first time the goalie's really had to work. Butler trying to force the ball into the circle, and in doing so managed to get a free hit. Quick play on by Peter Taylor. To Hailing, back to Taylor. Taylor trying to work his way around, puts it into the feet of Alstonville, draws a free hit on the 22. Back to Sylvester. Sylvester trying to work his way through a lot of heavy traffic there. Goes across now, it's Lai. Lai starts to work his way up the sideline, Hailing in support. But they give the ball away. Maybe a Farah hit. Sylvester tried to pick up Beattie. That one's been lifted, but it's been beautifully controlled there by the Alstonville right winger. He tried to flick it, he couldn't do so. Sylvester's got it, pushed the ball back, and has drawn a free hit. And we're inside the last 2 minutes of this first half. Still the score leading, 2-1 Alstonville. Centre tries to bring the ball through. The halves for Alstonville have had a lot of work today, and so far have been equal to the task and have defended quite well. Sylvester with the hit. Sends it across, tries to pick up Lai, but just outside his reach. So it will return for a 16 for Alstonville. Work by the Alstonville forwards here, but the winger unable to control that. Hayden drives the ball hard up along the line, but unfortunately never brought it inside. And so Alstonville now able to mount a lot of pressure. Sylvester tries to clear the ball, sends it off to Hayden. Alstonville unable to control that, and Hayden comes away with it. Hayden sends it off to Sylvester. He sends it forward, trying to pick up Lai. Alstonville able to just get inside there and bring the ball back and control it themselves, but they put it out over the sideline. And so with 20 seconds remaining, Farah with this last dying effort send it through Hailing across to Sylvester. He sends it back to Hayden. Hayden back to Hailing. Players starting to move into the circle, and Beattie just not able to get in there, and Taylor stopped, balked, and that's the end of the first half. 5 short corners to Alstonville so far, 2 of which were converted into goals. Farah with the lone short corner able to make that into a goal, and that's how the score stands at half-time, 2-1 in favour of Alstonville. In the second half, Alstonville leading 2-1, and quickly away with the ball sent through deep, but unfortunately too fast, and the winger unable to get onto that one and control it. Well, it's 35 minutes remaining in this match now, and we'll just have to see what Farah's able to do with it. So far all the play, or the vast majority of the players have been inside the Farah half, so we hope that they are able to get the ball up, because on the few occasions when they've been able to do so, they've been able to show that they're quite capable. So now it's Lobsy taking them on. A lot of traffic through there. It's Beattie. Beattie trying to work it into the circle. Now Lobsy drives it in. Flicked off from Hailing. Now it's McGregor. He's back on the field. He sends it down. The ball goes out over the sideline. Trying to pick up Lai. And it'll be Peter Lai to put this ball in with McGregor in support. Unfortunately, that one went over the sideline. Awesome with a long hit. Deep hit, but Hailing managed to cut that one off. Alstonville starting to bring the ball away now through their halves. And the number 11, unfortunately, infringing on that occasion, feeds it off now. Peter Lai. That one's going out over the sideline. It'll be a long corner. No. Referee or the umpire indicating that, in fact, he wants that as a 16. And yet I would have thought that that one came off an Alstonville stick before it went over the line. And Alstonville back just drives that straight out over the sideline. So now Farah with a free hit from just outside the 22, feeding off to Lobsy. Lobsy starting to work his way through, but nowhere for him to go. Alstonville come away with it. They start to work up the sideline. They centre the ball in nice. He's trying to pick up the left winger on the far side. And now they drive and they send it into the side of the net. Sylvester with a long clearing hit. Alstonville sending the ball back down. Now it's Beattie. Beattie trying to work his way around players. Alstonville now swooping. and just drove that ball high and it's straight up over the top of the post and out of the field. So it's a 16 hit from or by Sylvester. He sends the ball down, but didn't get very far before it was picked up by Alstonville. Now it's McGregor coming in from the right. Alstonville sent it straight across the face of the goal, and very fortunately for Farah, there were no attackers coming onto that ball. And Warburton now staying to bring it away, and he's been brought down. Should be a short corner, and it is. Well, if this referee was going to be consistent, then he had to give the short corner on that occasion, which he has done so. Now, I will remind you that Farah, in its only short corner, was able to convert it earlier and form a goal on this time. And we see Alstonville arguing with the umpire on this occasion. If they can convert this, it will tie the game up. Sends it to Hayden. Good trap. Hayling feeds off to Taylor. Taylor driving at the ball, and he finally sends it in. And that's a great goal. Excellent goal. Alstonville wishing to argue with the umpire about that one. The umpire will have none of it. Okay, the play restarts. Now we're all locked up. 30 minutes remaining in the game. 2-2. Alstonville send it down deep. It's Lobsy trying to control, but unable to do so. Alstonville on the 22. They send the ball back now to their half. Half's now starting to work the ball around. He's starting to get through. There's a bit of traffic for him to go through there. And they draw the free hit. Quick play on. Now it goes again. He's trying to take on 3 men. Hayden comes away with it and draws a free hit. A quick play on again. Now it's Peter Taylor. Peter Lyes flying down the outside. He's going to have to be careful he doesn't get offside here. It's Bill back with Taylor. Taylor will now be looking to send it out to Butler. Butler flicks inside, but Alstonville's there in defence, and they start to bring the ball away and finally send the ball out. Oh, good work. No, the umpires picked that up. It went over the sideline. Assisted there by approximately 300 willing assistant umpires. And we see now this going back in, and this will be cleaned up. No pressure on this man whatsoever. The goal scorer now coming away with it. Trying to get through, but nowhere for him to go there. Free hit to Alstonville. It's Hayling. Sends it back to Butler. Butler sends the ball back inside now, and they've lifted it. It'll be a free hit to Farah just outside the circle. A hit. Sends it across to Peter Lye. Peter Lye obstructed, and Alstonville will get the advantage of that. And they start to work it through their centres. And a good tackle there, but the referee blowing that as a free hit to Alstonville. They send off to the right wing. He's working his way around Hayden. Alstonville with a high ball. Alstonville working the ball, and unfortunately the winger unable to stop his slide there, and Farah will have the sideline hit deep in their territory. Sylvester now sends it down to Taylor, but Alstonville still controlling the ball. Take it across to the centre of the field. They work it in towards the circle, but Sylvester will clean up and sends this ball down to Butler. Butler now trying to get control of the ball. Warburton working down the left wing. And that'll be a Farah hit from the sideline. Warburton feeds off to Beattie. Beattie flicks through, back to Warburton. Warburton now sends it across to the circle where Hayling's waiting. Beattie coming into it. Trying to tackle the man, but it'll be a free hit to Alstonville. Alstonville coming away with the ball now. They work it up towards the halfway. Tackled nicely by Taylor, but he unfortunately infringed in that tackle. to Alstonville again, but Taylor with a good trap. Now Farah back on the attack again. Taylor with men outside, but unfortunately unable to control it, but Haling cleaning up from behind. Puts Lai into the clear, and it'll be a free hit to Farah from back at the 22, or just back from beyond that. He was playing advantage, no advantage, to Taylor. Taylor now working his way around, sends it off, but the man was through a bit too quickly then, and Alstonville starting to come away with it now. And they work the ball up. Haling unable to get that. Hayden coming across, and the ball sent straight across the top of the circle. Beatty now. Taylor unable to get his footing. Alstonville coming back with it. They flick the ball around, and it'll be a free hit to Alstonville. Up a little bit too close in defence there. Alstonville working it into the circle. They drive the ball hard, but straight across the back of the goals. And they come away with a quick hit. Now it's Taylor. Open country. He starts to work it down. Ly's looking for it outside. Now it's coming down. Peter Ly's going inside. Peter Taylor outside. Peter Taylor trying to work his way around, but unfortunately the hit goes to Alstonville. Good travelling by Sylvester. He's got the ball on his stick. He sends a backhander into Peter Taylor. Peter Taylor flicks off, but there's no one there. And Alstonville come away with it yet again. They work the ball out to the side. Working it down, some good defensive work there by Farah, but unfortunately Alstonville still with the ball, still controlling it, trying to get it in, and that'll be a short corner. Good trap at the top of the circle. They start to work their way through, and the ball goes high, but it's gone out, and it'll be a free hit to Farah, and the defence was equal to that task. Quick play on by Peter Taylor, sends it up to McGregor. McGregor sends the ball back in. No one there. It's all Alstonville. Warburton tried to flick at it, but unable to get to it. Beatty flicks the ball off. Working it down, it could be a free hit, yes, to Alstonville. A quick play on now. But again a free hit to Alstonville. Another quick play onto the winger, he takes it out to the side. Trying to work his way around Andrew Beatty. They send the ball in deep and hard, and that'll be a good goal there. Taylor looking for support, decides to go himself. Sends the ball off nicely to Lobsy. A nice flick through. Lobsy trailing through, unable to get onto that ball. But now it's Butler. Butler sends it wide across to Lai out on the right wing. Lai starts to work his way around the man. And unfortunately, unable to control that, and it'll be a free hit to Farah. Another free hit. A quick play on to Haling. He's got men inside. Beautiful defence by Alstonville. And they start to sweep down the sideline. Sends it back inside. Haling mucks it up for them. Haling now flicks it back to Taylor. Taylor in the centre of the field trying to get around. There'll be a free hit to him. Quick play on by Hayden. Hayden sends it off to Butler. Butler trying to get his way through. Nowhere for him to go. Hayden controlling the ball yet again. Hayden starting to work the ball back. Another free hit to him. Crowd getting a bit excited about that little bit of moving over on the far side of the field. The referee now calling the ball in a bit closer. Taylor to take the hit. Lai on a run. He's trying to get free now. He starts to back out again. They send it out to Sylvester. Back to Taylor. Taylor flicks through to Lobsy. Lobsy flicks through. He's got Taylor in there. Taylor's in the open, but it'll be a free hit to Alstonville. Good trap by Warburton. Back to Sylvester. Sylvester trying to send the ball through. He picks up Butler now. Back to Warburton. Warburton down the side. Still working on the ball. Oh, and Butler almost able to get clear with that ball in. Alstonville drive this ball up, and this one will go out over the sideline, and it'll be an Alstonville hit. Farrer defenders starting to stream back. Alstonville coming through very quickly. That ball was lifted. Sutton out, and free hit. Hailing with a quick hit. Sends it down to Butler. Butler 1-on-2. Where's his support? They're starting to come up on the inside. It's Peter Lye. It's a chase for the line, and unable to control that ball. So they'll be back for another 16 for Alstonville. And this ball has just gone straight down the sideline, and it'll be McGregor to take the free hit for Farrer with just under 20 minutes remaining. We send it back to Hayden. And they all let that one go straight out over the line. McGregor cleans up, sends the ball off to Butler. Butler sends a nice ball through. It's play on, looking for the advantage, but no, there'll be a free hit off the foot. Back here, just in front of our position. Umpire looking to play the advantage there, but no advantage to Farrer in the end. Lobsy feeding a nice ball off to Warburton. Warburton moves it into the circle. He's still going. There'll be a hit just outside the circle. No, it's a short corner. Umpire was indicating a free hit, but has changed his mind on that one. Hayden, good trap to Hailing. He sends off to Taylor. Taylor drives the ball through. It's blocked by the goalkeeper and sent out over the sideline. Warburton to send this ball in. Men in the circle everywhere. They send it high to Taylor. Taylor drives the ball. It lifts. And it'll go out over the sideline. It'll be a long corner to Farrer. Peter Lye to take it. Hailing moving in to support him. Feeds off. Hailing now starting to work his way around players. Works it in, and it'll be another free hit to Farrer. Hailing driving the ball, lifting it and giving the free hit away. Still no changes in the Farrer side. Alstonville drive this ball down just inside Farrer's half. It's picked up by McGregor. He sends a nice one down here to Butler. Butler picks it up. Unable to flick the ball off as well as he would like to. Alstonville start to come away with it now. Sylvester in front of him. It's on his foot, and it'll be a free hit to Alstonville. They flicked the ball through nicely into the circle. And Trent Sutton came out and was able to put that ball out over the sideline. Oh, sorry, out over the back line. Alstonville bring that ball back in. Umpire indicating that that it actually was, or should have been, a hit from just outside the circle, not from the sideline. And in driving that ball in, he just unfortunately lifted that free hit to Farrer. It's a quick play on. They send Lyes in the clear. Lyes sends it back into the centre. Where are they? It's all Alstonville. McGregor, unable to maintain his footing in that trap, goes to Hailing. It'll be a free hit to Alstonville. Unfortunately, Hailing unable to control it and getting his feet in the way. It's Hailing, sends the ball up to Butler. Butler unable to control it. Sylvester sends it through nicely to Peter Taylor. Peter Taylor working towards the centre of the field, but Alstonville defenders all over him. And they start to bring the ball back again. and unfortunately put it out over the sideline. It'll be Farah's hit from just inside their half. McGregor sends it back to Hayden. Hayden driving the ball up hard, but umpire now saying that the heat's been given away to Alstonville. So they drive it down, trying to work it in. McGregor doing a lot of good defensive work there, and finally drawing a free hit. Hayling sending this ball up. He's got Lie's got the ball. He sends it on to Taylor. Taylor looking across for his support, works towards the line. He's inside the circle. He sends it to Taylor. Taylor drives. Oh, sorry, Lie drives, but put it out to the side of the goal. And so it'll be a 16. On those rare occasions, I've said it before, I'll say it again, on those rare occasions when Farah have gotten inside the Alstonville half, they've looked dangerous, but unable to control it sufficiently well enough to be able to do anything with it once they get there. McGregor now sends the ball back to Butler. Butler sends it out to Warburton. Warburton looking, he holds it up, he sends it back now to Butler. Butler looking for his support, he sends it inside, and Taylor now moving up, plus Lie, trying to put a bit of pressure on this Alstonville defender. And Lie's actually taken the ball off him. He's worked it inside the circle, and he'll draw a short corner for that. So it'll be Butler to bring the ball back into play. Each time they fed off to the left to Taylor. Hayling now gets it. They flick it off to Taylor again. He sends the ball, hits the post. Hayling following through. Beautiful pick up and drive straight into the goals. And with just over 12 minutes remaining in the match, the score now leading 3 apiece. Alstonville with a quick play on now. That'll be a free hit, and he'll be very careful there. He might have been carded for that one. Alstonville work it up now. Goes to Sylvester Trapp, but unfortunately unable to control it, and it's still Alstonville's hit. Para defence called on for a gigantuan effort here. Alstonville trying to work it into the circle. A lot of traffic to try and get through, and it's Taylor that brings it away. He puts Sylvester on a beautiful ball, just sends it nicely to him. Nicely picked up by Alstonville, and they send the ball straight out over the... No, not quite over the sideline, picked up by their winger. And that's Hayling. Hayling with a good tackle. Hayling now looking. He sends it across. Alstonville Trapp send it out, but it's come out here now. Lie's there. Lie trying to get in and around to that ball, and that'll be a free hit to Alstonville. Lie just reaching in. It's with the Alstonville winger now, but McGregor's trapped the ball, but it'll be a free hit to Alstonville still. They move up for a quick play. They send the ball in now. It's Taylor coming in trying to tackle. Hayling, it's off his foot, free hit. The winger unable to control that, and so now we see Hayling bringing the ball back up, but straight into the waiting, or onto the waiting stick of the Alstonville player. Now it's Sylvester. Sylvester trying to get through. Hayden will take a quick hit here, sends it down, but unfortunately Lie unable to get himself clear, and that ball goes out over the sideline through their centre. It'll be a free hit. Alstonvillians have been doing a lot of good work out there, and their centre forward likewise have been linking up quite well. And this number 11, I think he's playing centre half, has been doing a lot of work. And that was play on for Farah, and unfortunately they've sent it through too deep, too long, too fast. Beatty on a trap. Free hit to Alstonville. Hayden trying to tackle. Alstonville trying to send the ball across to their main men in the centre. Well, he sent that straight across to Butler, now to Taylor. Taylor will be looking to flip the ball up nicely. Lie's moving outside and the ball's gone out and it'll go over the sideline. It'll be a free hit to Farah just outside the 22. Taylor takes a quick one. Unfortunately, Alstonville just flicked that ball back out over the line. Taylor now moving it himself. It's a free hit to be taken by Haling. He feeds it off to McGregor. McGregor starts to go through himself, trying to find a bit of an opening. Unable to do so, but able to get a free hit yet again. He sends the ball into the circle. Now it goes in. It's Butler there. They stopped. They looked for a whistle, but there was none coming. Lobsy with a nice hit, clearing hit straight into the circle, and unfortunately Alstonville defender there got his feet in the way, and so we'll see another short corner. Farah having converted 3 from 4. Much better averages today than in some of their previous matches. We'll see whether they work the same move, flicking off to Peter Taylor out to the left. Butler sends it in. Hayden Goodtrap goes off to Taylor again. Taylor still working his way through. Beatty's in there, but unfortunately infringed, and it'll be a free hit to Alstonville just outside the circle. Nice tackle by Sylvester, and he trapped that ball and he's got himself into the clear here. He sweeps it across to Taylor in the circle. Taylor putting it onto his stick, trying to get through, and there'll be a short corner again. Just over 7 minutes remaining in the match. 3-all the score. Farah with a good opportunity to go ahead for the first time in this match. Butler sends it in. Hayden traps. Off to Haling. They trap again to Lobsy, and Lobsy just flicks it out over the side. Haling trying to drive it in across. That'll be another free hit to Farah, coming off the winger's feet there. Haling now sends this ball deep and hard and straight across, and Taylor unable to get it past the goalkeeper's feet there. But now McGregor sends it back into the circle. And Alstonville start to bring the ball away, and it'll be a free hit to Alstonville, just inside the 22. Alstonville trying to clear this, lift the ball and give the free hit back to Farah. A quick play on now, Warburton going down the side. Sends it back, he's trying to get control of it but unable to do so, and Alstonville come away with it. They clear it out to the centre. Sylvester puts it onto his stick. He starts to take it back up. He sends it off at Haling. Haling looking. Back inside, collects a foot, free hit. Haling takes it, gives it to Sylvester. Sylvester sends it in, looking for Taylor. Taylor unable to get the ball, and Alstonville centre half takes the ball away, but now it's back. And it's Butler this time. Lie loses his footing, and McGregor unfortunately got it on his foot. Alstonville with a long clearing hit here. Give up the ball to Farah, and they'll take a hit from the sideline. And it's Sylvester driving the ball up hard, just outside Peter Taylor's stick, and straight over the back line. Alstonville with a good trap by the winger here, just in front of us, and he's starting to work his way down the sideline. He's motoring. Sylvester reaching in, managed to stop the forward momentum of that play. They send it across to the centre half. He starts to work himself up now, going into the circle, and there's danger territory here. And they're able to stop that, but in doing so give a short corner. Oh, very poor trap by Alstonville. They've certainly given up the opportunities on the short corners that they had earlier in the match. They've gotten a bit scrappy in this second half. We see Warburton unable to control that ball. and it just moves out over the sideline. Farah need to get the ball down here into Alstonville's half and apply more pressure. Now he lifted that, but it's play on. It's Butler. He sends off to Taylor. Taylor trying to get his way through, and he's out in the clear. He's inside the circle, and unfortunately that one's gone out over the sideline. He was just unable to get to it. Alstonville send a long clearing hit straight out over the back line. Robbie Hayden sends this one up, lobs, he taps it on. Unfortunately straight to an Alstonville defender, and Alstonville now with the ball trying to get their way around. Haling's got it. Haling in the clear. Haling going himself, he sends off now to Butler. Butler flicks in, but the goalkeeper blocks the shot completely. Now it's Warburton, he hacks in. Free hit to Alstonville. Alstonville with a quick play, they start to work it away. Sylvester driving the ball back down towards 22, Peter Lai coming in. Nice tackle by Lai. Sylvester's got the ball, he tries to send it through, it'll be a free hit to Farah. Just outside the 22. And it appears as though there's only 2 minutes 40 remaining in the match. Unless some of the lights are out. Hayden sends this ball down. Goes to Haling. Haling unable to get that ball where he wanted it, but drew the free hit. Haling now, going himself, trying to work his way through. It's taken beautifully by the centre half of Alstonville, and he starts to bring the ball away. He tries to flick through, it's lifted by Lobbs, and it'll be a free hit to Alstonville. Alstonville trying to drive it inside the Farah 22 here. Trying to get up into the circle. The Farah defence trying to stop him, and they managed to do so on that occasion. Hayden looking for his runners. Thinks he's got one. Sends the ball deep. Alstonville with a trap and return it. Hayden misses. Andrew Beattie reaches in and gives the free hit. It slows the play down. Just under a minute and a half remaining. 3-3, the score's locked. And we see the ball coming away. And Alstonville starting to take the ball back down into the circle. They're still there. Beattie now defending. Beattie sends the ball up to Warburton. Warburton flicks it through, but it's too long for Butler, but lies almost onto it. And unable to get onto the ball. McGregor tries to get to it. Under a minute. Sylvester. Haling flicks it onto the Alstonville foot, draws the free hit. 49 seconds remaining. If they don't want it to go into overtime, they need to score this one. Hayden gives it to Taylor. Taylor starts to take it on himself, and he's moving the ball up. He's over halfway. Still going, gives it off to Warburton. Warburton flicks the ball through to Taylor. Taylor goes himself, he's inside the circle. Warburton's not in there behind him, it's a free hit to Alstonville. Ten seconds remaining. It's Warburton. Warburton trying to work his way through traffic. Can't do so. Free hit will wind the clock down. The score will remain at 3-3 and we'll go into extra time. Straight into where there were a number of people standing, and so Alstonville now score 3-3. 2 10-minute halves. Matthew Lobsey trying to tackle. Alstonville drive the ball across to their wing and they pick him up, but Robbie Hayden's there to clean up. Send it back onto his foot. Robbie Hayden loses his footing, but is able to draw the free hit. Hayden sends this ball down now, but it's taken by the centre half of Alstonville, who sends it back into territory with a flick through. Tries to pick up his winger, but the winger unable to get to the ball before it runs out over the back line. And so it comes back for a 16 start. It'll be taken by Hayden. Yet again, the Alstonville centre half has the ball and is able to do some magic with it. By far one of their better players today. They send it into a lot of traffic, but free hit comes to Farah. Sylvester clears the ball through now. Sends it on, it's Peter Lai. Peter Lai going down the line himself. He works it into the circle, he drives the ball in, but it's cleaned up by the goalkeeper who went down right in front of him. Lai comes out, it's a thump in the back and he'll get carded for that. Hailing reaches in and tries to tackle, but it'll be a free hit again to Alstonville. A quick play on. Sending the ball back in towards the centre of the field. Alstonville trying to work it. It's trapped by Hailing, but unfortunately it gives the hit away. Long ball out over the back line. Drives the ball up, but Alstonville trap it. They start to work it back through. It'll be a free hit to Alstonville coming off Sylvester's foot. They try for a quick play on, but unfortunately unable to do so. Referee takes them back to give them some room. It goes off to the centre half. The centre half now moving the ball out wide to his wing. The winger moves through. He's cutting into the centre. Working it into the circle, and Robbie Hayden sends that ball out unintentionally over the back line, and it'll be a long corner with 7 minutes remaining in this first half of extra time. Alstonville with a long drive straight across, but trapped well by Farah, and that'll be a free hit. And there and driven straight into the circle, but they're all inside the 5, not allowed to do that. And so Farah now will have the clearing hit through Robbie Hayden. He feeds it off to Sylvester instead. Sylvester drives it down. It goes to Butler. Butler unable to control the ball. Alstonville bring the ball back. Hayden's now got it. Hayden sends it out to Warburton on the wing. Warburton tries to go around his man, and unfortunately the ball goes out over the sideline. And he lifted it as he was trying to clear that ball. And so now Robbie Hayden will take the ball from the sideline. And he drives the ball, and Alstonville unfortunately not outside the 5. Now it's Lobsy. Lobsy sends it back to Hayden. Hayden sends it through to Beattie. Beattie takes it back inside, and that's a free hit. Now seeing the ball down deep, it's picked up by Lobsy. Lobsy starts to take it back. Hayden with a quick hit, sends it up to Lobsy. Lobsy now starts to move through. He sends it off to Butler. Butler feeds it off. He gets the ball back, and that'll be a free hit to Alstonville. And they clear it out through the back line. And so it'll come back for a 16. Hayden lifted the ball, free hit to Alstonville. Try to work the ball into the circle now. And it'll be a free hit to Farah off his foot. Just over 3 minutes remaining in this first period of extra time. And Butler trying, scrabbling for the ball. It'll be a free hit to Alstonville. They crossed in front of the player. Good tackle by Peter Taylor, but unfortunately Alstonville still retain possession of the ball. They try and work it down. It'll be a free hit to Alstonville just on the 22. Rain coming down a bit heavier now. They send it into the circle. Farah calling him was offside, but the referee indicating no, and so that's a goal. 4-3, Alstonville lead with just over 12 minutes remaining in the match. The start. Taylor feeds it out wide to Peter Lai on the wing. Lie starting to cut his way back inside. He was obstructed. Hailing working with McGregor there. Lobsy gets control of the ball, and it'll be a free hit to Farah. Lobsy attempted a quick hit, but Alstonville defenders were on top of that, and so consequently it's gone down to Hayden, player reaching in, so there'll be another free hit to Farah just on the halfway. Hayden sends the ball down and goes down into the circle. The goalie comes out, he stops the ball and kicks it out and puts his men back into attack. Oh, Peter Taylor reached in. Nice tackle. Alstonville with a quick play on. Send it down to their winger, and Andrew Beattie's gone down onto the ground, but Alstonville still retaining possession of the ball and draw a free hit on that one. Send the ball down and Beattie will draw the free hit this time. 1 minute remaining in this first period. Hayden trying to clear the ball, he sends it into the centre now to Lobsy. Lobsy drives it up to the halfway, but it's trapped and unfortunately not controlled. Hayling moves up to take the hit. He sends the ball on to Peter Taylor. Peter Taylor working the ball back and around, trying to find his support. He's working out to the left-hand side to Warburton. He flicks it off to Warburton. Warburton unfortunately unable to get the ball, and it goes out over the sideline. Now Lobsy. And that's the end of the first period. They get a 2-minute break. Minutes remaining. Alstonville on the attack. Warburton onto his feet. It's 4-3 in favour of Alstonville. Alstonville only need to play intelligent hockey out there, and they'll be able to come away with this game. Farah obviously needing to force the issue. If they work this to a draw, it will then come down to penalty shootout. Sylvester trying to reach in. Hayling trailing with it. The ball goes out towards the left, and they work it back in now towards the circle. It goes into the centre. Alstonville have got it. They fire the ball in and they score, and it's 5-3 with 9 minutes remaining. Taylor with the restart. Feeds it off to Butler. Butler fires out wide, trying to pick up Lye, but him behind him. Alstonville send it down now, and it'll be Sylvester to clean up for Farah. Oh, and he unfortunately was unable to get onto that, but he got away with that one. And the ball's gone down now, centre half. Sends it back up. That'll be a free hit rather. Todd Sylvester almost took that guy's ankles out. Alstonville starting to go away with this game now. Drive a hard one through the circle, out the back line. It'll be a 16-metre restart for Farah. A steep one down. Peter Taylor's got it. And Taylor's on the way. Reaching in there by the centre half. That was good defence by him. It was a good tackle. Warburton now to take the free hit. And he popped that ball up, gives the free hit off. Certainly the coach would not be happy with that at all. Andrew Beattie now, sending a nice long ball through, but unfortunately it's gone straight out over the sideline, and Peter Lye unable to get to it. Alstonville popped that ball along the sideline, and James Hayling flicked it over the sideline. Again to Hayling. Hayling working with the ball now, trying to get it away from the sideline, and draws a free hit. Player reaching in. A little bit of rough stuff going on out there. Oh, now that could have been a free hit to Farah, and probably should have been. Peter Taylor taken out of the play on that occasion. Robert Hayden now to bring the ball back up. Looking for his men. And this ball goes out over the back line. Seems to be playing the coach's instructions, get the ball up into the 10, try and force the error. But Alstonville quite happy to use up time on the clock by just sending it straight down out over the back line. Just over 6 minutes remaining. Farah 2 goals down. Hailing with a trap, trying to get free, but free hit to Alstonville. Long ball straight in across the centre, but it'll be a free hit to Farah. And it's Peter Lai to take it. Now they move on, but they give it off to Alstonville. Alstonville now starts to take the ball forward yet again. Hailing in there with a tackle, but unfortunately it's a free hit to Alstonville. Alstonville quite happy to use up time on the clock now. Now we start. Alstonville working the ball up, Hayden in there to defend. Hayden will take the hit. He popped that one up straight to the waiting stick there. But now it's Sylvester. Sylvester working his way up the sideline. Free hit to Farah. Hayden driving the ball in towards the circle, but Alstonville come away with it. And George Barton now on the far side of the field. I believe he's on for Stuart Warburton. Robert Hayden sends it across to the centre to Hailing. Hailing can't control the ball. Very slippery conditions out there at the moment. Sylvester unable to get his feet out of the way. It'll be a free hit to Alstonville just inside their half. Just over 4 minutes remaining. Farah still 2 goals down. Now it's McGregor bringing the ball up. He sends it up to Lai. Lai trying to work it back to him. McGregor continuing on, but unfortunately it's a free hit to Alstonville. Now Alstonville working the ball away again. Just fiddling around with it, Lai in there trying to get control of the ball. And he pops the ball away, but Alstonville still retain control. They work it away. It was a good tackle there by Hailing. Taylor feeds it off to him. Hailing starts to go himself. Taylor now going himself. Goes through. Lai controls the ball. Working down the sideline, draws a free hit. Or sorry, draws a sideline hit. Taylor with a quick play on. And loses control of the ball. 3 minutes. Taylor sends it across the goals and it just bounced so close, but not close enough. 2 minutes 35 remain. Long time to give opportunities to Farah. Now Beattie feeds off to Hailing. Oh, sorry, to Lobsy. Lobsy sends the ball in, looking for his centres. But Alstonville come away with it. Some hassling by Barton, sees the ball go out over the sideline. And back to Lobsy again. Lobsy starts to go forward himself. Draws a free hit. 2 minutes to Hayden. Hayden starts to take the ball forward. 16. Good tackle by McGregor. Farah's ball, 1:30 remaining. They send the ball down, trying to pick up Lai going down the sideline. He sends it in to the centre. He follows back up now. But Alstonville quite easily able to take that ball away, and now they work the ball again, drawing free hits all the time. And I somehow think that Farah will not be retaining the cup this year, nor will they get the opportunity to do it in the semi-finals. Alstonville just played too strong in the first half and were able to control the ball very well and keep it in Farah's half. Farah unable to get the ball away into the Alstonville half often enough to be able to do anything worthwhile with it. On the few occasions that they did, they scored. But with 20 seconds remaining and this free hit just outside the circle, the best we could hope for would be a 5-4, unless something stupid happens and we get a penalty stroke. Clock starts to wind down now. 7 seconds, and time being used up quite quickly by the Alstonville players. Taylor now takes the ball, hits off, and that's full time, 5-3 in favour of Alstonville. Alstonville now progressing to the semi-finals, which will be played next week at Taree.